made us think we're looking at the sun, but that's not the original sun. I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought happened with the moon, that they did that. They just created
Yeah,
this.
I don't know. It's not important to me.
Right.
It's up there. It helps me out.
Right, right.
So you don't, does it figure in what you need to do down here? I mean, do you
If
make
it
use
does-
of it in your red web work?
All right.
Or?
If it does, I'm not aware of it at this time.
Oh, okay. So it's not part of
Well, it's
something
always
you work
possible, but I'm not aware of it at this time.
right.
The Creator gives me the knowledge that I need to know when it's time to do it. And then I do it. That's all there is to it. I got enough things, 41 years of training, and I got to dredge all this up, and hopefully, I'm able to. And that's a lot of training. Plus, the societies I belong to, more training. Heck, my mind is so full of stuff, and all of it, you can't call any of it trash. But it's like a huge garbage can, and I'm carrying this garbage can all around. The knowledge is there. And frankly, I don't like, digging it around and throwing out this piece and that piece on the ground to look for this piece, because I'm tired. And then I got to clean the whole mess up because it's not garbage, and you got to put it back in the can. You got your piece of knowledge. So what I do is I just say, shoot, God, I'm beat. I'm going to sleep, period. That's it. Leave me alone. Call me if it's an emergency. And that's a point I've gotten in life, which is a real good point. You're not in self looking.
Well, Richard thinks it's interesting that I don't collect anything unless it's necessary. When I'm even looking at things or I'm listening, or I don't store anything unless my mind says that's important, take it.
Well, let's put it this way. You store everything. Absolutely
Right, but I
everything.
mean, I don't recover.
But you don't pay attention to
Right.
it. Yeah, you put it in the trash pile of your computer,
Right.
which is actually the folders upstairs. It's there. So if you need to find that wrapping paper from the old candy bar, it's there. And if it's needed, it's there. But, our brains
But I
are
don't
amazing.
consciously, I don't like, I just kind of tune everything out unless it's something.
Yeah, well, I understand what you mean, but I want to point out everything that any human from any planet, anywhere, they all use the five senses. If you can smell it, it's stored upstairs. If you can see it, it's stored upstairs. The five senses, everything's stored. And it's there for access if you need it. And basically, I have more fun not needing it. I don't want to run up. I don't want to run upstairs and dig around, because frankly, it's a long stairway, and if I need it, the Creator will come downstairs with it. So I've learned to trust Him, and thank God I've saved myself a lot of time and effort and pride, And it's better to just learn it once, set it aside. If it's needed, the Creator will let you know.
Invisibility.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll get into invisibility as soon as I become invisible to go out and have a cigarette.
All
We'll
right.
turn this off. Yeah, you're going to like this. This is fun, fun, fun. Okay, invisibility. One of the favorite things I like to do just to entertain myself. Period. That's it. There have been times that I had to do it to be safe. But if there's anything that I do just for the fun of it, if you want to call it self, I suppose it would be right, but I do this. It's a kick. It's a ball. I just love it because I catch everybody by surprise. And basically, you got to remember from the first tapes, you are a neuron of thought. That's it. You put on your own belief of what you look like in age and so on and so forth. And actually everything rolls right down to that, which in turn rolls down to the fact that you are of love and a thought of the Creator. So you have to remember what you are. You're not what you think you are. You are a little dinky spark in the brain of the Creator. And you dressed yourself and made your world the way you want. And therefore you can unmake it. You can change it. Work the dream, change the dream. You've asked me, why aren't I rich and blah, blah, blah. I'm changing the dream, but I'm letting God do it in His time. All right? And there's a big difference. And but invisibility is there's various ways of doing this, of invisibility, but it all latches up with the fact that you are what you are, a neuron of thought. Realize it, know it, and use it. Work the dream. This works for shape-shifting and everything else. That's another ball.
That was my other question.
Yeah, that is another ball.
I said, Betty knows how to do it.
Yeah. But I don't show off for shape-shifting.
No, I understand.
It's only necessary when it's necessary. And then it's cool. You know, you want to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex when you meet a lizard and they think they're so tough. We talked about this. So just turn into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's a hell of a lot bigger. You can make your size the way you want. You know, and you're looking at a lizard who thinks they're pretty cool, pretty big, pretty tough, and suddenly they're looking way up, and you're looking down with those big teeth, and they change your mind in a hurry. And, you know, I don't do it to attack them. I just turn the tables on them. They're trying to make me fear. So I scare the hell out of them. You understand what I mean? And all of a sudden it's time to get out of here. So I just don't do it unless there's an absolute necessary reason to do it. But that's another story. Back to shapeshift, invisibility. But still, everything starts with the fact that you are a neuron of thought. Therefore, you can reverse age. You can make the wind stop. You can make the rain stop. It's all your dream, your own creation. Realize it and work the dream, we call it. Working the dream.
Right.
And invisibility is working the dream. As you read Tom Brown, the Tracker, you will see an instance in there where Tom Brown is pretty much trapped by a pack of very vicious wild dogs. So, it doesn't tell you how he did it, but it does say that he did what Grandpa taught him to do, grandfather. And he climbed up on this fallen log and became, without saying it, he became invisible. Frankly, he was so comfortable in it, he fell asleep in it. And these dogs, he woke up and he heard dog paw prints, paw prints, on the log from the mud, I think, if I remember right, all around his legs, his feet, everywhere. They never saw him. I mean, this is meat to those dogs. They couldn't smell him, hear him. They had no sense of him at all. And I've done similar when I was on a black base. And I was exhausted. I'd spent, overall, I spent 5.5 hours in invisibility. And frankly, I was so, and to be honest with you, I was damn scared.
A military base, a black military base?
Yeah, with the 3 pyramids. And, but it got to the point, I was so concentrating on invisibility while I'm trying to find the quest that I was after, or the goal I was after, to finish the kind of quest that I was after, and I never did, and I got to go back, and I don't want to, but I got to. And anyway, I just said, the heck with it. And I sat down in plain view. I was on the side of a cliff, but in plain view, and said, let them have me if they want me. I'll stay invisible if it's possible. I'm out of here. And I slept for, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And these guards never even knew I existed, thankfully. And frankly, I was so exhausted by that time, I couldn't have given them, you know, they